Hi there, James Nylager from 5-Ring Systems here with a quick tip on how to improve your shoulder function fast. All right, so my shoulders are pretty good. I've got a 4-foot dowel here. It's actually a piece of bamboo. For some reason, they come wrapped in this plastic. It's kind of interesting. They package things here. So what I'm going to do is establish with my pinkies on the dowel, outside edge. That feels pretty good. And now I'm going to come in a little bit closer. So where my index finger is, I'm going to walk my hands down and check again there. That's a little chunkier. Oh yeah, that feels a little different. And my shoulders may be a little beat up from some gata swinging, but this is more challenging than out at the very edges, right? And what we're typically looking for is, can I have my hands at 90 degrees, or I'm sorry, my elbows at 90 degrees, and achieve full shoulder flexion, right? Also, can I maintain shoulder flexion while I go into a full heels to butt squat, right? So an overhead position, what you would see in Olympic lifting. And then, can I fully go through range of motion there with my shoulders without changing my hand position? And for me today, I cannot. But, like I said, this is a quick tip on how to improve shoulder function right now. So I'm going to do something to see if it changes what hand position I can have, what the width is of my hands on the dowel, and see if I can improve shoulder flexion and going through that full range of motion, trying to touch the dowel to my butt without unlocking my elbows. First thing I'm going to do is check some other things. So I checked active range of motion on my shoulders. You saw that. Now I'm checking vision. So here I've got a vision chart from the Z Health Vision Gym. And if I hold it out at arm's length, I can get a quick check to see what's the smallest type I can read on that. Now that I know where that is, I'm going to check my balance. And to do that, I'm just going to pick my leg up after closing my eyes. So eyes closed, single leg, eyes closed, balance. And I'm going to check both legs just to make sure that one's not significantly better than the other. Right? And I realize there's background noise. I live here, so I can hear it too. I somewhat apologize for it, but not much. All right, now I'm going to do something different, right? What I just checked was active range of motion, how do my shoulders work, vision, and balance. So I've got 3 systems that I'm checking in with. And this is part of what I do for the Flexible Steel International Indian Club Specialist course, is teach people how to evaluate themselves using those 3 systems: vision, balance, and proprioception, right? Your body's awareness of itself in space in relation to other things. So just for fun, see shoulder flexion. All right, and now I said I was going to do something that was easy and quick. Let's do that now. I'm going to turn diagonal to the camera so you can see kind of what's going on. And I know I want my shoulder flexion to improve, right? So I'm going to work on improving that with just my visual system. And the way I'm going to do that is keep my eyes focused on this target, my fingernail, and I'm going to follow it down to the bottom corner of a box, an imaginary box, right? And now I'm just going to make small circles there that are going to slowly increase as a spiral. So I'm going a little bit lower on each one. And I'm trying to keep it within my visual field and mostly to the right side. Mostly to the right side. Because the right shoulder, for me, was the one that felt like it had the most tension in it when I was trying to do that brachiation exercise. So now I'm going to go back and recheck. Pinkies on the end of the dowel. Wow, that feels super easy. Bring my hands in now, a little bit closer, and recheck there. Feels much easier. Now I'm going to go back to that 90 degrees, dowel on the head, elbows at 90 degrees. Okay, so reestablished my position. And let's check position here. That's pain-free. Let's check that overhead squat position. So I'm going to establish my baseline for my feet. I know where my hips and shoulders like to be. And I did it facing side onto the camera so you could establish it yourself whether or not I was cheating. Arm's length, vision's good, nice and clear. All right, so I didn't have any change there, which means that my peripheral vision or my visual acuity not shutting down means that my sympathetic nervous system did not react badly. I didn't get a negative response in my sympathetic nervous system to the action that I just performed. And then eyes closed, pick up my leg, way more stable. Check the right leg up, left leg down, way more stable. So, without actually doing any physical movement other than a small spiral, so using my shoulder, and I didn't go into flexion, I actually just used my eyes, I was able to improve my shoulder function right now. If you want more of these things, two things. Subscribe, follow me online, keep in contact with me, ask me questions. I'm happy to answer most questions. These are not medical things. These are not medical evaluations. And I'm not a doctor, and I do not play one on TV or the internet. I'm not into powders, potions, and pills. I like things that people can easily access and that are contained within their own body. If you do need medical help, go see a doctor. Go see a qualified medical practitioner, somebody who's got a license and a responsibility that has to be adhered to for the advice they give you, right? I don't necessarily have to take responsibility for anything that happens to you. I will because I've got morals and ethics, but I'm not legally required to. But I'm also not legally allowed to give you certain advice, right? So I don't cure, treat, or diagnose anything. This is not a medical thing. This is about performance. And if my shoulder had been in pain, I wouldn't even perform that activity. But all it was a little bit of stretch, right? It was a little tight. And you saw that it immediately improved. So for me, right side shoulder was challenging. So I went eyes down and made a spiral. It improved it right away. Second thing to do, if you want more of this, is you can attend any of the Flexible Steel International Indian Club specialist courses that I teach worldwide. This is part of the curriculum. It's actually pretty easy to use Indian clubs to do much the same work. And as part of the education that I give my coaches, they learn how to tweak on the visual and vestibular systems to get better athletic performance for their athletes and themselves. And if you want to be part of that cadre, I'm happy to have you as long as you can pass the test and you can perform the basic movement patterns in the postures that I asked you to do, and you can transition between them and show me that you can effectively coach somebody else. You're in. All right, so other things you can do is upcoming, got a clinic I'm going to do with Philippe Till in probably Malibu, California, and that's going to be the last day of February, first day of March. It'll be a 2-day event. First day will be mostly a user's course. Second day will be more kind of train the trainer, right? And what we're going to do is incorporate vision, balance, movement, using the Pro Bar mobility tool, and how to incorporate Indian Club patterns with the Pro Bar, how to maybe use the Pro Bar as a tool to facilitate training in the natural method. That is the George Hebert's natural method that Philippe was super awesome in translating for us. And maybe also how to use it as part of facilitating learning with the mace, right? How to use the Pro Bar to learn how to swing a mace or a gata a little more effectively, right? All that aside, remember the motto, get strong, stay strong, move towards better every day, don't break, have fun, and absolutely never quit. Cheers, have an amazing time.